Hello. I don't know what's going on right now with me. Um, I know I feel uncomfortable, and I can look at that for a while, but most times it doesn't clear up unless I spit some words out somehow, write them down, turn the camera on, whatever. Um, it's only 63 degrees and it's raining and cloudy, and one would think rather cool. I've got my windows wide open, my heater off, my fan on. And I noticed lately, I don't go by numbers on things. I don't have any clocks on the walls, and I don't look to see what the temp is. If I feel uncomfortable, I change it a little bit. But lately I've been looking at it because it seems my body's running really hot, and sure enough, it is. Um, about the hottest I get it is 70 or 72, and my comfort zone is down in the 60s, at least to sleep in. And I can't identify with that. I mean, it's not my history. So aside from having certain areas in the body which I normally can correlate with the major chakras or energy centers, heat up at times and get really uncomfortable maybe for a period of an hour or so, maybe longer. Aside from that, it seems like my whole body is running hotter for whatever reason. Now, I know we've all got our processes going, folks. I share this just because it might correlate with what's happening with you. And we know that we're changing in some pretty wonderful ways. I mean, aside from anything personal anyone's got going on, we've got the DNA thing. We've got that dance happening. Um, I like to say our 2012 is now. The changes are happening now, so that on that date it's more of a smooth transition. And I don't, I don't think that that particular day is necessarily a right-on kind of a thing either. I think it's a good general pointer. We know cosmologically what's lining up and what's going on at that time, and I could be wrong as can be. I mean, I really could be, but I just really don't see it, like one day we're not ascended, the next we are. Suppose that can happen. Well, I tell you, when it comes to that, I'm going to have to recommend and give you some links, if you haven't seen it yet, to Little Grandmother in Zurich, where she spoke this month. And she actually, you may have heard of the prophecies. There's some old prophecies that there would be a time when the sun wouldn't come up for a couple of days. And everybody's supposed to go inside and, keep the windows and blinds shut. And, there's various incarnations, various versions of this. And I haven't researched it. I know that there's a saint in the Catholic Church that made a prediction like that, but I don't know that that's the origin of it. I don't know. But maybe you've heard that there could come a time when it would get dark and stay dark for a little while. Well, Little Grandmother talks about that, and she goes to some detail to explain how it's a result of the pole shift and the crust of the earth actually shifting around. And she does indeed recommend that we stay, you'll have to listen for yourself, but I think she says just stay in and just be in heart, just be in love. No fear. No fear, because what's coming after amounts to heaven. And it's just the last of Gaia making the necessary adjustments. And so it's an absolute no fear, no terror, no trepidation kind of a thing. Although it will be kind of spooky, you know, to have the sun go down and stay down. She doesn't explain a lot. It's not a long speech, or what's available of it isn't very long, less than half an hour. And there's a good one that's for YouTube. It's an excerpt of maybe 12 or 13 minutes, and these are very good. She's speaking more specifically than she's done before, as far as I know. And the mind likes details like that. It's fun. My trust is in heart, though. If we stay in heart, we will be in the right place at the right time and in the right framework, in the right consciousness, and everything's fine. And the body makes it or it doesn't. There's nothing that can be done to you. You're eternal, and it's just a concept that you're the body. You're really not that. And it's fun doing the work to disidentify from the form we've gotten so used to thinking that we are. And it goes through all these things, and the mind goes through all these things, and it's pretty darn amazing that we can take up a post in heart and just watch that and really not be concerned. Just not be pulled into it so much. It takes all of the suffering out. It takes a lot of the pain out, but there's still pain. I think pain is a necessary ingredient in growth, the way the current world is structured, and with everything being a given. I think it's the part of duality. It's the backside of the coin, and it until we are up in the higher dimensions, I think it's a really necessary thing. And I can't speak for being in the higher dimensions. I mean, even though it's my understanding we all exist there already, that doesn't mean we have access to that aspect of ourself. Time not being a limit, time being simultaneous, that would mean you have access not just to your past lifetimes, but to your quote-unquote future as well. So all of that exists. It's just, when do we get the key to the kingdom so that we can step in and have the direct conscious experience of it? I think that's what's at issue here in the last days before ascension. It's a grand ride. Do I have anything else to offer? I hear silence. I guess that's it. Good day.